Thanks for joining us on Sky News this afternoon.
Hello.
You're causing mischief again.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, what we saw today was the first real public response to the triggering of Article 50. Monsieur Barnier, who is the European Commission's chief negotiator, has made clear that, in his opinion, not only should we pay net 30 billion into the European Union between the date of the referendum and our leaving, but on top of that, he wants to give us a bill for £52 billion. And you know what? If we don't pay it, we can't negotiate new trade terms. Now, to me, that's rather like an extortion racket.
Well, my daddy always used to say, attract more flies with honey than vinegar, and there's no point in alienating people that you have to do a deal with.
Well, no, look, the point is this. You know, I'm all for, both sides giving a bit and finding some common, sensible ground in the middle. And maybe if they'd asked for 5 billion or 10 billion, we could have sat down and had a negotiation. 52 billion. It's a figure that has literally been plucked out of the air. Twice today, I challenged him to say how they'd come up with that number. An answer, there came none. It is a ludicrous figure. You can't negotiate on that basis.
Giving a bit, though, does not involve calling people that you're trying to do a deal with the mafia, does it?
Oh, well, gangsters, the mafia, call it what you will. Look, the fact is, that is how they're behaving. There were a whole series of resolutions that were voted on today in this Parliament. This Parliament is saying we must pay 52 billion. This Parliament is saying we should not be allowed to even enter into trade talks with anybody else in the rest of the world until we leave. And this Parliament is saying that Spain should ultimately have a veto over any British deal if it's not satisfied with the sovereignty of Gibraltar. When, say, you and I were doing a business negotiation, you'd put your pitch, I'd put mine, and we'd look to meet in the middle. But frankly, they've gone way, way too far from this. They need to give some ground. Otherwise, there simply can't be a deal of any kind.
OK, so while we're doing pitches, what's going on with Clacton?
With Clacton? I don't know, tell me.
I don't know. Have you written to everyone who can vote in Clacton? Do you want to get rid of Douglas Carswell?
That is in place, and there will be, over the course of the next couple of weeks, an opportunity for the voters in Clacton, if they wish to go for recall, to do it. And Douglas Carswell himself is the man who's been proposing that if 20% of a constituency want recall, they should be able to have it. So it'll take us a few weeks to sort it out, but yes, it will happen.
So you've written to everybody to say, if you don't want him as your MP, now's the time. Have you literally done that?
No, we will be writing to everybody over the course of the next couple of weeks. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
OK. Will you stand?
No.
Who would?
No, I won't stand. I mean, the real question is, will Mr Carswell be honourable, given that he's pushed this harder in Westminster than any other MP? It's been one of his main causes, is that constituents should be able to call a by-election. So, let's find out. OK, I'll decide what the real questions are on my show, if you don't mind, Mr Farage. Who will be standing if it's not you? I've no idea. Might it be Aaron Banks? It might be. I don't know. Will it be Mr Nuttall again? What's the point in getting rid of him if you don't know who might replace him? Well, because this is going to take a little bit of time. Certainly Mr Banks has expressed a willingness to want to stand in Clacton, so who knows? It could be him. OK, just while we've got you again then, Ken Livingstone, should he be expelled from the Labour Party for his comments about Hitler? I think they were very ill-judged, hugely inappropriate comments that have caused massive embarrassment to Jeremy Corbyn when the party already has a problem with a certain wing who've said some pretty unpleasant things about Israel. I understand it's now been referred to the NEC. My guess is, rightly or wrongly, that Labour probably will get rid of him. They just don't need aggro like this at this moment in time. What would you do if if you were making that decision? Would you get rid of him? Oh gosh, over the years I've had lots of people in UKIP say all sorts of stupid things, and I've never hesitated if they've gone, when I was leader, if they've gone beyond the bounds. You just have to get rid of people, because otherwise you're not able to move on. And let's face it, we're only a few weeks away from major local elections right across the English counties. So If I was in that position, then the answer is yes.
So you would get rid of him? He's gone beyond the bounds and he should go?
I think so, yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Made me work for that.